So the money now, because you can go in a day, the money you have saved, the money now because of lower NTA buses going there, the money you have saved, you know what you're going to do with it? You're going to buy bread and butter. You're going to buy bread and more butter. So you dump the connection between roads, hotel roads, and bread and butter issue. So until, we're saying that I don't want to be doing this thing. So until we buy bread, first of all, loaves of bread, and then butter, and then we establish a ministry of bread and butter, then we're having addressed the bread and butter issue. Maybe it's one of the considerations I will give to the president. Should we establish a ministry of bread and butter?
So, FOIA project is intended to be a hub for peacemaking in the sub-region. Madabio can drive through to FOIA. The President of Guinea can come to FOIA. Even if Cote d'Ivoire will be the only country that will fly. So the project there is an international project intended to prepare FOIA as a place where we resolve these crises and making them very private by the President, people meeting there. International meetings will take place there. It's not a Joseph Parker project. In fact, it started without me knowing, because probably they knew that I would have presented it. So it is not a private project. It's a peace building place. It's a place where the sub-region can meet. Heads of state can come there in privacy, meet to discuss regional problems. No matter what we do internationally, first and foremost, we must be able to take care of this sub-region, the Mano River Union. That's the project there. You go there, there's nothing there in my name.
So who's building it? So who's building that project? Is it funded by Liberia exclusively?
It's going to be funded under the Mano River. That means Guinea, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire contribute to it.
But it's up already.
It's on. It's been funded.
Why didn't they tell you about the project?
Why would they make it so?
Well, you know me, they know very well I would have resented initially because I don't want anything done there. And so they wanted to make sure. But you won't hide it from me. But it's not a private project, it's a national.
I put a flag up. You sure that we get a place here, yeah?
So the money now, because you can go in a day, the money you have saved, the money now because of lower NTA bosses going there, the money you have saved, you know what you're going to do with it? You're going to buy bread and butter. You're going to buy bread and more butter. So you doubt the connection between roads, hotel roads, and bread and butter issue. So until, we're saying that I don't want to be doing this thing. So until we buy bread, first they call loaves of bread, and then butter, and then we establish a ministry of bread and butter, then we're having to address the bread and butter issue. Maybe it's one of the considerations I will give to the president. Should we establish a ministry of bread and butter?
A pleasant good morning and a warm welcome to the Thursday edition of the program, The Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. Folks, we'd like to say good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of the show. Today is Thursday and today is the 12th of March. The year is 2026, and we'd like to say good morning, folks. Whatever you are, however you're listening, whatever the occasion is, we say welcome to the show. Today is Thursday and we're here this morning. It's a blessing to be here this morning to rumble you through the Thursday edition of the show. Remember that Thursday is a reminder that the week is not yet over. Stay focused, stay determined, and keep pushing. Your goals are closer than you think. And success does not come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. Let this Thursday be another step forward. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Take this Thursday and make it the moment you start something great. All right, so folks, we like to say wake up this morning, wherever you are, however you're listening, whatever the occasion is. We like to say good morning, a pleasant warm welcome to the Thursday edition of the show. My name is Emmanuel Palen David, and I'm alongside my colleague Lorena Honoré. Together, we're going to rumble you through the Thursday edition of the show. And today promises to be a well-safe but audible breakfast for you this morning as we go through the Thursday edition of the show. We have lots of great things on our plate. We have to crisscross the country to have a conversation with our correspondents. And also, we will rumble through the papers and give you a sense of understanding what is making news in the print media. And also, we will certainly have a conversation and talk around some of those things that matter the most to the motherland as we move on. So we have to crisscross the country. Now we have to connect with our correspondent there in Lofa County, Jeremiah Dubber. Jeremiah is our man there in Lofa County. As we move on, we have to have a conversation with Jeremiah Dubber because he is on his way to Foya. Good morning, Jerry. How are you doing this morning? Jerry? Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you much better.
Am I right?
Yes, Jerry, you are okay. How are you doing this morning? Jerry, let me just reconnect with you on another line because it seems you are breaking through. Let's connect with Jerry because he is making his way to Foya, where he currently going down. So let's reconnect with Jerry on this line as we connect with him. So we go to Lofa County to have a conversation with our Lofa County correspondent, Jeremiah Dubber, 26. Okay, so we have him on. Let's go this way and see as to whether we can have a conversation with our Lofa County correspondent, Jeremiah Dubber, to know exactly what is going on in that part of Liberia. Remember, it seems to be this is not working for us. Let's give it a try and see whether it works. If it doesn't, we'll have to go other places. So we are here this morning. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. Let's see as to whether we connect with him on this line because trying to connect with him, but it seems not to be working for us. Let's see as to whether we connect with him on this one. As soon as we have him on, we will certainly, I think it's due to network problem. So we cannot connect with Jeremiah Dubber. It's very important that we talk with him, but we cannot get him. It seems to be there is a little problem with his network. So we will go other places to know exactly what are some of those things happening in some of those places. Jerry is not responding. Jerry certainly is not responding. So we go to Nimba County to have a conversation with our. Okay, let's see as to whether we can have him from this angle. Good morning, Jerry. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Emmanuel. Good morning.
Yes,
and
perfect.
It's a pleasure to be on the radio this morning.
All right. So where are you currently?
So currently in Foya, we are currently headed to the border.
Okay.
The Solomon entered this morning. That's the reason why we find it difficult to get to your network. But
Okay,
we are going there this morning with the 102, the Liberia National Police, Nancy Freeman, along with the Lofa County Superintendent. The two officials are leading the delegates to go and know exactly what's happening in Foya. I mean, in Solomon. But as of yesterday, things have been kind. Only an individual was struck from the border. A surveillance, these guys that continue to hold fast to the border until the police arrived. One of them was struck yesterday, and it was a shoot from Guinea. One of those, some of those soldiers from Guinea.
Oh, we lost on Jeremiah. I think it's very good enough to have him on. Let's see as to whether we can reconnect with him.
Well, please.
Okay, so we have to reconnect with him from this angle. Let's see as to whether we can reconnect with him from this end. As soon as we have him on, we will certainly continue the conversation. Wow. Network issue is something else to talk about. As he said initially, he's in Foya and they are making their way to the border. All right, Jerry, I think you back on. Jerry?
From the individual. So one person was shocked, and of course, he's currently at the Teranga Memorial Hospital there in Fonjaman, receiving medication. But as of now, said yesterday, they have asked the surveillance to retreat and go back to their normal towns and villages, and those are from Foya, those motorcycles as well. So last evening, some of the security were also on ground. They slept on ground, and this morning we have the story to see exactly what happened last night.
So exactly what actually 102 and the superintendent are going to do at the border? What actually, can you just tell us?
The vision to be stable. That's the reason here. And when all of them were at the police station, and they talked to all of them that you did well, you serve your country, but we ask now that you retreat, you keep yourself from the situation so that we ourselves can get involved into it, and for the betterment of the peace and stability in the region. So that's what they are here to do. And last week, this morning, we are also we have joined them as well to go and see what's happening in our part of Lofa County with regard to this situation.
So will they have a conversation with their Guinean counterpart?
That's what we want to see. Now we are going there. We hope that maybe that can happen and know exactly. But what the superintendent told us yesterday in an interview said that they are entering from the executive level, but for their part as local government, they're going to make sure that they protect the citizens and people observing the border, while the executive leaders in Moravia will continue to engage other authorities.
So we can safely say car has been restored there in 4 years, especially at the border point.
Yes, so what that's that car has been restored, and that's why the superintendent told us yesterday that car has been restored, except for that individual that got struck from the leg, and he's currently receiving medication. So there have been some information on the social media that 2 persons, 3 persons Somebody even said that 10 person, no one died in this particular incident that occurred yesterday. And what we can only say that there was only individual that got wounded from the shot from Guinea. So apart from that, nothing different. No one has been harmed into the process. Except the citizens are continuing. I mean, are there to protect the border. And they said that we are talk to the police. We are looking to the government to repeat ourselves. We will do so, but in case of any eventuality that the issue want to escalate, and we'll come back, so we're going to go back with our whole heart. We're going to go back with our little tool that we have in our hand to make sure we protect this land, to make sure we protect not because that the Guinea will not just walk through and take it down without any reason. We love the country. We want to serve this country as the same with the security we serve the country. So all of us back. But even some of them, the security are opposed. Some of them also stepped with the security there last night. Okay. And at this point, some of them said that they're going to go there too and know exactly what I think is going on. You're going to portray the effort of security in that place so that it can be a collaborative effort. It cannot be, it cannot be only the security alone, but it's going to be everybody so that the place can be calm. But for now, the security asked everybody to go back to their real places. As we speak, we are currently in some of the village, one of the villages along the road, and you still see these villages are still quiet because you see people also went to Koya for rescue, so they are not trust the process yet that they can come back to their home. So this particular time we in currently, you still see that only few people you see in this place, but as it stands, they continue to give the information to the people that rest assured that since we have the armed police here, they're going to do everything possible to make sure that your safety is adhering to.
Okay, aside from 1 or 2, and the superintendent of Lofa County, have we seen? Yes, have we seen other government officials, top level government officials there in the county in order to help the process?
So what we got is that they are speaking through their local leaders. Okay. Here we have the statutory superintendent. He's also with the superintendent and to go this morning and see what happened. The commissioner have been so energetic for the day this issue started. Even yesterday, the guy that was shocked. It was the commissioner who took him from his back and were bringing him until they brought the ambulance and carried his car. So even the city mayor, all of them from Koya, they are applying this effort, and they have said that they are leaders speak through them to do whatever thing they are doing here. So we see that happening, and that's all we can say to that. And the engagement continue this morning as the train is being already en route to go and see what happened in that Solomba area.
All right, Jerry, I'll have to hold you there because.
So Emmanuel, thank you.
Yeah, and happy belated birthday.
When we are back in Foya, we can let people know exactly.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks so kindly. We will join you. Keep safe and happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lorena. That one
Lorena just reminded me. Okay, so thank you. All right, so here's our Lofa County correspondent. They are already in Foya and going at the border point. 102 Nelson Freeman and the superintendent of Lofa County both going to the border point to have a conversation with their Guinean counterpart and to assess the situation to know how things are going. So we will keep our eyes open and our ears as well as we get information from our guys from Lofa County, especially Jeremiah Dubber. All right, so we will go to other places. We go to Grand Bassa County to have a conversation with our Bassa correspondent, King Brown, and then we'll go to Lower Nimba County to have a conversation with Christopher Fine. These are places that we will certainly visit. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. For those of you who are lovers of the game, keep playing *799 *3#. *799 *3#. The more you play, the better you stand a chance to make some cash for yourself. We have on the line from Lower Nimba County, Christopher Fine. Good morning, Chris. How are you doing this morning? And how is Lower Nimba County?
Good morning, Emmanuel, and good morning to the folks there this morning. Lower Nimba is okay this morning.
Always energetic.
Yeah, my secret, the secret behind my energy. So there is no need to talk more about that.
Okay, so so far, how things are in Lower Nimba County? What do we know? Talk us through.
Well, Lower Nimba is okay, and like I said from the onset, the issue of Burkina Bees in Lower Nimba, the increase of Burkina Bees, been serious situations in Lower Nimba. The representative of Honorable Dowan Grikia have called on the government of Liberia to make intervention because this continues to spark out serious tension. And he also called on the citizens to start encouraging the Burkina Bees to plant crops for them and then have a 50-50 or 60-40 share like they are doing in Pabli and they are doing in Glodiala and other places. So the representative is also calling on the national government to issue the Burkina Bees a work permit. According to them, the work permit the cost of the work permit is somewhere around $500 or $1,000. So I think according to the Burkina Bees should also take advantage of that, and then the Liberia Immigration Service should also go and map out the total number of Burkina Bees. Because Emmanuel, I can recall some year back. The total number of Burkina Bees they call at the time when B. Mike Blue County Inspector at the time was 45,000 personnel in the bush. And
45,000 at the time.
You don't see those Burkina Bees in town. You only see them in the villages, and the builders shelter. They move in the bushes, and the builders shelter. Whenever they see the security apparatus coming near, you will not see any other person at the kitchen. And they are also using that being to also establish a family. When I say family, they are burning by those children that are in the bushes there, and they too, the citizens of Lower Nimba are also taking advantage. They are also burning by the Burkina Bees. So this is actually a contradicting stuff that more people are afraid of, because probably they might become citizens by birth and so on. So the representative of our district is calling on the Immigration Service to go and do a final map out of those Burkina Bees along with the Ministry of Labor to issue them a work permit.
So since the call from Honorable Mark, have we gotten any statement from the Immigration Service there in Nimba County?
Not at all. Not at all. Of recent, what I do know is that few years back when this situation was called and then there was no action taken, the citizens begin to take law into their hand. And Emmanuel, one of those places that those people need to go and take treatment was a European New Town. Where, I can vividly recall some part of last year when a pregnant woman from the Burkina Bees went at the clinic to give birth. He was denied. The citizen said this woman shouldn't give birth at the clinic. And this sparked out serious tension. And the same year, a few of the Burkina Bees were fired, and about 7 of them were sustained a bullet mark from the single barrel shot that were fired. And a few of them were taken to the hospital in Tapeta. And just recent, some part of last week, there was a tension in the bush, and then they were taken to the police station in Tapeta, where citizens pulled in. They said they want to harm them. So this could also spark out tension between Liberia and that of Burkina Faso. So the government of Liberia need to come in and see how best they can handle this situation with kind.
And I think doing so, being proactive in this entire issue, I think it will be a very good one, because as you said initially, sometimes back we had an estimated 45,000 And by this time, we will have a surge in the number. So I think by engaging, moving forward, by relevant authority will help in the process.
Yeah, so this takes too long for the Liberian government to really
and this is not only Nimba.
Being came to Liberia, I think in my mind, from if I'm not making mistakes, I stand to be corrected. This is more than 6 years now.
And the number is just keep going up.
It just increasing. The people pass through the way of our Ivory Coast and enter the forest. And Emmanuel, what they do to the forest is that whenever they enter the forest, they have a chemical. Those guys will see those big trees. Those are preserved forests. They will just enter those forests and then put the chemical on the tree. And instantly, in less than 2 hours, the chemical the tree would die. And then they start planting their stuff going through. And they don't normally go in town to cook or to eat. Those guys they have 4 or 5 codices. When they sharpen the codices, they will lay the codices along the bridge and they just eat their gari. And then they start moving, brushing. The whole day they will brush. And one person can brush almost like 5 person brushing per day. So this is actually serious.
Wow. And this is not just Nimba County. We've gotten reports from Grand Gita and Maryland as well, and other places. The issue of booking bees into our areas. I think this is a serious concern, and the national government need to take some key actions. All right. Thanks so kindly for updating us with those reports. Do you have any other thing perhaps you'd like to add up before we take leave of you?
Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for having me from Lower Nimba on Spoon this morning. And hopefully we will join the broadcast tomorrow to update you on our development where the superintendent of Nimba, Madam Kaumi Apegono, is expected to dedicate a series of projects in Lower Nimba.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. All right, so you have it, folks. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. We have a conversation with our correspondent. Very interesting stories coming up from parts of Liberia. And initially, you listen to our Lofa County correspondent bringing us up to speed with the latest happening there in Ofoya, Lofa County. And you just listened to Christopher Farn from Lower Nimba County, the issue of the increase in the Burkina Bees entry into Liberia. And these are things we will certainly lay our thought on as we move on the show. So we'll go to Grand Bassa County. Now, those of you who are lovers of the game, you can go on and play *79 and *3 hash. *79 and *3 hash is the code to play with. *79 and *3 hash. The more you play, the better. You stand a chance to make some cash for yourself. *79 and *3 hash is the code to play with. Double the play, make some cash for yourself. We have 25,000 Liberian dollars. We have 15,000 Liberian dollars. We have 10,000. We have the minimum of 5,000 Liberian dollars as well. These are cash that we will give out. You get the information and then you pocket some of the cash we have here as you have for yourself a great time. Authentic information, education, as well as entertainment. Another flavor has been added to radio. That is the cash giveaway. So just double up and play and make some cash for yourself. Play with the minimum of 50 Liberian dollars and stand a chance to make some cash for yourself. We'll go to Grand Bassa County and then we come back. We take a break. Usher in Lorena and Kang. We take a very short break. I think this is not working for us. We are not getting King Brown, so let me just bring ready. We take a very short break. Let's take a very short break to do some adjustment. We will come back and continue the program, the Today Show on Spoon. That is the Thursday edition of the show, and certainly we're here this morning. Keep tuned.
So, FOIA project is intended to be a hub for peacemaking in the sub-region. Madabio can drive straight to FOIA. The President of Guinea can come to FOIA. Even if Cote d'Ivoire will be the only country that will fly. So the project there is an international project intended to prepare FOIA as a place where we resolve these crises and making them very private by the president, people meeting there, international meetings will take place there. It's not a Joseph Parker project. In fact, it started without me knowing, because probably they knew that I would have presented it. So it is not a private project. It's a peace building place. It's a place where the sub-region can meet. Heads of state can come there in privacy, meet to discuss regional problems. No matter what we do internationally, first and foremost, we must be able to take care of this sub-region, the Mano River Union. That's the project there. You go there, there's nothing there in my name.
So who's building it? So who's building that project? Is it funded by Liberia exclusively?
It's going to be funded under the Mano River. That means Guinea, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire contribute to it.
But it's up already.
It's on. It's been funded.
Why didn't they tell you about the project?
Why they make it so?
Well, you know me, they know very well I would have resented initially because I don't want anything done there. And so they wanted to make sure. But you won't hide it from me. But it's not a private project, it's a national.
So the money now, because you can go in a day, the money you have saved, the money now because of lower NTA buses going there, the money you have saved, you know what you're going to do with it? You're going to buy bread and butter. You're going to buy bread and more butter. So you have the connection between roads, hotel roads, and bread and butter issue. So until, we're saying that I don't want to be doing this here. So until we buy bread, first of all, loaves of bread, and then butter, and then we establish a ministry of bread and butter, then we're having to address the bread and butter issue. Maybe it's one of the considerations I would give to the president. Should we establish a ministry of bread and butter?
Okay, welcome back to the show. Let's go to Grand Bassa County, and then we move on with the papers. Okay, let's go to Grand Bassa County now to have a conversation with our Bassa County correspondent. All right, let's go to Bassa County. Good morning. How are you doing, King Brown?
Well, good morning. Good morning, Emmanuel. Good morning to our listening audience. I want to say it's good this morning to be on the radio from Grand Bassa. Thanks so much.
So how's Bassa? How things are in Bassa?
Well, Bassa is, from what I understand this morning, is very cool.
Okay.
Since we woke up, we have not heard any disturbing news across the county. What we are observing here this morning is the various parking lots are jam-packed this morning. People are now going back to their various places where they came from. They are now going back. So the Monrovia Junction, where we have one of the terminals that people don't want to pick a car to go Monrovia. We have another one to the P Market area around the administrative building. This morning, people are on their way there. Some people are already posted. They're waiting for the time to pick up. Around the Sando parking this morning, we saw motorbike riders. They are loading their motorbike with loads to pick up this morning with their passengers to go back to the rural places. Yeah, that's what we are observing this morning around the Monrovia Junction belt this morning.
All right, so just talk us through. What do we know about the latest from?
Well, Yesterday was holiday in Liberia, Decoration Day, and the police had a mandate that nobody should take those alcoholic drinks to the different cemeteries to sell them, or what people should not take it along with them when they are going to clean up. And so yesterday we went around to see what people were adhering to that mandate from the Liberian National Police. All right. So that visited a couple of cemeteries. I went to the Konica Town Cemetery. I went to Fairground. I went to Shoki Farm. I went to the Bijo Town Chosen. And what was there yesterday was in many of those cemeteries, people did not go there with the liquor, but what they did was they drank the liquor and they went there. And we realized that from their reactions, some of them could not barely do what they wanted to do. Some of them were taking their friends' water that they had brought to do their work, and they were turning to that side and wasting it and all of that. But when you go closer to them to interact with them, you feel the smell, from the mouth, you know that they are already intoxicated. So most people, what they did was they just went, drank the liquor, and before they go, some of them took the liquor in bag, but then they took it to the sides, and some of them drank it there. And when the police was coming, some of them took the empty bottles that they threw on the ground. They started chunking them in the bush before the police see them. Yesterday, police also seized some of the marketeers palm wine. Some of them went to sell the palm wine at those cemeteries, and the palm wine was seized from them as well. The police took a few of them along the Pichu Town belt where they had their checkpoints. So it was what we observed. So, but on the overall majority of the different cemeteries, people observed that mandates. Not too many people were seen with liquor, or not too many people were seen intoxicated, but a very few on the scale.
Okay, so those that were arrested, what did the police say about them? Will they be fined, or will they serve some time behind bars?
So what the police said that they're going to seize the pound one. They're not giving the pound one back. The pound was seized from them, and the police took it along. But before the evening hour, the police was able to have released them, but they did not give them back their goods.
Okay. So so the pound, Lorena said the pound left in the hole.
Yeah, the pound left in the hole.
I don't know what actually the police. I don't know what actually the police will do with the pound. Will they waste it, or will they give it to some other?
They'll do something else they don't do. But the pound is still pretty costly.
So on the overall, we had the presence of police officers at those various grave sites.
Yeah, yesterday we observed a Ricky Rock patrol from the police. The police, what they did was they were not stationed at the cemetery, but they were just on the patrol. When they come here, they observed everybody, had it working, and they start to check on the ground. What they can identify anything like alcoholic drinks, or what people had drinks in their hands. Some people took cooler along with them, but in the cooler they have special soft drinks and water. So the police wanted to have to inspect the coolers to see whether and more soft drinks and water they hide in the cooler. Why they have anything like alcoholic drinks among them, but they were not placing there. They were just popping in, going from one place to another, just like that yesterday.
Okay, thank you, King Brown, for updating us with the latest from you up out of Liberia, and I hope to have you on our subsequent broadcasts.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, King Brown from Grand Bassa County, bringing us up to speed. The people didn't take along with them the alcohol, but they drank it. It was it was within the belly. So they didn't carry it, but they carried one way or the other.
I mean, good morning,
everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. We have Kaki here with us. Yeah, he's trying to get on.
I'm seeing you.
TV Live.
I'm seeing your name, but okay, very good.
All right.
You did small at well.
Yeah, but man, say you gotta count on no matter what.
You fought for yourself, because.
So we say good morning to all of you, wherever you are, whatever you are doing. This is Spoon's Morning Show, and we come here to serve you breakfast in the form of entertainment. We educate, and of course, we also do give you lots of information, and be it from the print media, from outside of Montserrat. We come with our talking points to make sure that you get to understand some of those issues within your country, and then we'll also give them a chance, right?
To make cash.
And then we also allow you to put your calls through and talk your own. People get angry with their friends when they call. You tell your own, your friend tell your own. Emmanuel, it's interesting to see that. Even though you must say want visas to go to America and Canada and Australia, all of us want to come to Liberia.
Oh, yeah.
They are managing a way, even if it is through the forest. You myself don't even want to go into the villages, at least to talk about the forest. Yet, there are other nationals that say even the forest safe will get there. We must just get into that country, even if we live in the forest. It's also interesting to see that Guinea say Mana Rural Union for them. I mean, it's being discussed. We agree. But I'm so proud of my Lofans, my party. We the Bon County people, Lofa people, our party. They stood up before the security, before security presence. They stood up. They cannot try it. They said we stand on our lane. You understand? And then I saw a history that it happened before. I sent you that photo. If you can
I'm trying to I got
load it. So this is not the first time Lofa is standing up against Guinea for their land. Go here, but they own space. You see juice in my own space, you can't eat it. Let me know that there is a juice in my space. Come with your machine, I come with my machine. Let's see how we can have diplomacy is something else. Diplomatically, we can sit and have a discussion. You can't just come into my land and because you see something that you can't put your flag up. The fact that you put your flag up, that was not a patrol. Maybe they will say, it's just border patrol, but that was not a border patrol. The fact that you came and you even erected your flag, it shows that you wanted to take the land. You thought the land for you. You thought. That was your thought. But it is not your land. That is why the owners of the land decided to drive you away. They stood there by force, by fire, and you had to leave the land. But it's a good thing now. We're seeing it professionally, diplomatically, how it's supposed to go. That is how it is going. But you said we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, so,
I have breaking news here from Page Africa.
Okay.
If you want me to go ahead, I can just go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead. We're about to go through the papers. Kind.
Well, Kind, you can. Let's hear you. Let's hear your intro.
Welcome to the show. Welcome. Yes, you're on.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel and Supreme, for such an opportunity. And hello to everybody who are listening to us this morning and even watching us too as well. Let me say hello to every one of us. And I'm honored to be here this morning again.
Okay. Thank you for always coming as well.
All right. So, yesterday was Decoration Day. A day set aside to celebrate the dead. It's very strange. I've never seen it, but it is happening in Liberia. I live in Ghana. I didn't see it. I live in Nigeria. I didn't see it. I don't know if it happens in Sierra Leone, but it happens in Liberia. And this is the only country, I believe, if I should go back and do my research, that people go, take a whole day as a holiday, national holiday, just to celebrate the dead. But let's bring you this story from Foya District, Lofa County. A tense situation has developed along the Liberia-Guinea border in Solumba clan after Guinean soldiers allegedly fired gunshots into Liberia territory, injuring a local resident and taking control of a disputed border area. You see how far it's going? According to Voice of Liberia, a community radio station in Lofa County, the incident occurred on Wednesday when Guinean troops reportedly, they came Tuesday first, they left back on the canoes. They're not satisfied. They came back. I think the first time they came to observe. And they saw the people vulnerable. Even though the people were, claiming that we'll stand for ourselves, we'll stand for our land. They didn't see the presence of securities. They didn't see soldiers. They didn't see arms. So they came back for the second time. According to the Voice of Lofa, a community radio station in Lofa County, the incident occurred on Wednesday when Guinean troops reportedly discharged firearms during a confrontation near the contested boundary. Reports gathered by the station indicates that a Liberian man was struck in the thigh during the shooting. He was quickly transported to Foya Hospital, where medical staff are providing treatment for his injuries. Voice of Lofa also reported that following the gunfire, the Guinean soldiers advanced into the disputed location and raised their national flag, an action that has increased tension among residents living in the border community. I see the photo of Guinean soldiers there in their uniforms, and of course, they are planting an iron pole.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Community sources told the radio station that a confrontation began when Guinean troops escorted a group of civilians from Guinea toward the disputed land. They're even bringing their people now.
Mm-hmm.
The civilians were reportedly heading to the area following allegations that Guinean soldiers had earlier been mistreated by some individuals on the Liberian side. According to the reports, Liberian youths attempted to block the civilians and the accompanying soldiers from entering the territory claimed by Liberia. The situation quickly escalated, leading the Guinean troops to fire several shots, one of which injured the Liberian resident. What gave them the right? Voice of Lofa further indicated that the latest development may be connected to a previous dispute in which Guinean soldiers had been asked to remove a flag they earlier erected in the same contested area. Residents of Solomba clan are said to be concerned about a growing tension, while local authorities continue to observe the situation closely as calls increase for diplomatic intervention to prevent further escalation along the Liberia-Guinea border. I mean, our security, you see, Emmanuel, let's go back to when you and myself sit on the show and always ask if there are police presence, security presence in the counties and the villages.
Yeah.
The people are just left vulnerable. Where's our own security presence when it comes to being at the borders? How did those Guineans enter, into our own space? They saw an empty, they saw a free layer, where there are no security presence. But we'll get into it. I mean, if you have a paper there or kind,
do you have
get
paper?
into yours.
I'm searching on something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the New Dawn newspaper, and today is Thursday, the 12th of March, 2026. And this story reads, on Decoration Day, OWECCL Director urges justice for Civil War victims. March 12, 2026, as Liberians across the country gather on Wednesday to remember their departed loved ones, the executive director of the Office of the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court in Liberia, Dr. Jala A. Babu, renewed hope for thousands of families who lost relatives during Liberia's brutal civil war. In a special statement issued in accordance of Decoration Day, Dr. Babu said the memorial tradition should not only be a time to honor the dead, but also a moment for the nation to reflect on justice and accountability for those who suffered during the years of conflict. Decoration Day, observed on the second Wednesday in March each year, was established through an act of the Liberian legislature as a national day dedicated to remembering the dead. On this day, families across the country visit cemeteries and grave sites to clean, decorate, and honor the memories of loved ones who have passed away. I think it will be justice enough to those who lost their family during the war and they don't have grave sites, to give them justice by holding those accountable who brought the war. I think that would be justice enough, because some of them, they are sitting home, they are sitting places, and they are seeing these things going on, and giving them justice in terms of bringing to book those who perpetrated the act, those who masterminded things to have that relative killed. I think that would be a very good one, and I 100% support the idea of
TRC.
Not TRC, but Dr. Babu, the head of the establishment of the War Crimes Court in Liberia. I think we need to speed up the process and have people, answering to some of those things. Yep. Because the loyalty, it will not be a very good thing. And we need to set precedent. People who committed acts should answer to those questions. And with that, I think in my mind, in future to come, people will not want to do sin.
Yep.
People will not want to do sin because back then, history will remind them that those who did, they were XYZ and blah, 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 and these things happened to them.
Yeah.
So I think it will be fair enough to have justice for those people. And I can 100% agree on that one with him.
Yeah, Emmanuel, I mean, what you are saying, which is also, it should happen. I mean, lives are very precious and special. Yeah. They shouldn't just be taken away. And some of those people that, carry on massive killing, who were rebels or even soldiers of the army. Today, they are flying around and, the family members, they are free.
Big jobs.
You understand? Some of them, they even still work in governments, and while other people are grieving, and these people don't, their loved ones that were killed during the war, they don't have grief.
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that after, the War Crimes Court is, it becomes effective and people are brought to book and people are punished. And, if they are found guilty and, they are sent to jail, lifetime imprisonment, maybe it depends. Maybe they will say it's too harsh. And then they can have a spot, government can find a spot where they can have... Yes, a memorial site where they can, to give them peace so that the people too can, during this inauguration day, they can go there and, celebrate or just have time out to say yes, take the photos or the flowers. And, but they can just wash be washed away from the earth like that.
Yeah,
no memories because, and the way they were even, killed and the way they
some of them were even eaten.
Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, these things that you see a pregnant woman and you argue that's a boy, that's a girl, that's a boy, that's a girl. Okay, let's open her stomach and see what it is. Those kind of evil things that went on. I experienced it while I was young, but I know what I saw. I always say I passed through a town where there were bodies, where with my father, like I said, they would pass through that town and there were bodies of women and children lying there. And I will always say that our dog remained there. The dog didn't follow us. The dog probably wanted to eat bodies. You understand? So it doesn't leave my side. I'm talking about years ago. Like these are things that we used to see in movies as kids, and to see it openly that it is there right in front of me. And my father said, keep your head up, as a child, you won't keep your head up. If I'm walking, you say, don't look behind. I'm a child, I will look behind because I want to see. Why you telling me not to look behind? Now I'm an adult. If you say don't look behind, I will understand. But then he said, keep your eyes up, keep your head up, don't look down. Look down. I was looking, I was checking women and children, and you could see that they were running, they were escaping, and they were killed. What was their crime? Women and children, small boy. I still see that small boy. You understand? And it's still traumatic. We already don't have shrinks. We can't go through no counseling. You only go with you understand? So you still carry that weight, that pain, that grief, that trauma. You understand? And I sit and think like today, those people that are people today grieving, you understand? Because they couldn't have burial for them, most of them. You understand? So what were their crime? They weren't fighting back. They didn't have guns. You understand? You came to free the land or whatever it is. You didn't go to fight those who you were supposed to fight. You just target at people and just kill. You enter a town, you want people to know, for the people to know that you are around. So you just destroy life. So yes, this war crime code should be established. There, people can tell you more. There was a time I traveled with a group, Talking Drum Studio group. You understand? And there was a guy explaining to us that the only reason why he survived in that town was because he went to use the toilet, the latrine. He went into the forest. And then he said he was squatting and he was just watching when the people entered the town and massacre everybody. He saw them killing his family members and all. He was just sitting there. He couldn't come out. Imagine a man coming to the town of dead bodies. So these things, they shouldn't just be, they shouldn't just, they shouldn't walk
on the carpet and just people go.
No, it's serious. These are things
suffering. That's why I said initially, the longer it takes some of those people who committed those atrocities, there will be no more. Then who will you investigate? Even though some of them are around, but I think the better is the better one is that we should have the process done. We should have the process done and let people answer these questions. It will be a very good thing because that will cut justice across.
Yeah.
As Lorena said, people dying in the country and no grave. People were eating. People, their bodies were at a roadside on their decay. Went to nothing. No memories for those people. So as we remember the dead, it's a very good thing to have some time out to remember those who contributed a lot to you, to the country as well. But those who were killed, they need justice. Their family need justice. And that cannot be done without the establishment of the War and Economic Crime Code. And having some of those people who perpetrated acts coming to work, answering questions, paying for what they did. Will be a very good thing. I don't know what you want to
add. I hope that this shouldn't just be, because this is something that has always been in the pipeline. Any government comes to state power, they always say we establish the War Economic Crime Code. We establish it just like that until that person turn finished. I really hope that this come around. The president, as he has said it, he and his team, they are working towards that. I pray that it continue, that they should establish that, because I was not living during wartime, but some of the stories that I heard in the movie that Johnny Mador, all those things, these were people who were killed for nothing. You just enter to a particular town. In fact, you don't even know the people you are targeting. You just end up waste innocent souls, innocent people, split pregnant women, stomach checking, all these things, eat human being. So I believe that with that code being established, people will go there, so they can go. Because at the time, the late Prince Johnson, when Prince Johnson passed off, you hear people were saying, no case again. No case. And there are more warlords here. There are more people who was involved in such act that they should go to the court and exonerate themselves. If they are free, fine, let it go. But once they are found guilty, they should be prosecuted for the wrong they did. So I hope that the government shouldn't just say this and just go under the carpet again. I hope they should implement it. Yeah.
All right. So since yesterday was a day of decoration, and former President George Weah pays tribute to late mother on National Decoration Day. He.
Papa mentioned grave. The way mother buried.
You were there. You saw him there yesterday.
I know the place. She was
no,
there.
I thought.
No, I didn't go there. No, I didn't step out.
Yeah, it's true. I'm looking at the photo here. It says in Painesville, on a day marked by solemn reflection and national tradition, former President George Weah joined thousands of Liberians in honoring the departed, visiting the final resting place of his late mother at the J.C. and Howard Cemetery. The visit, which took place Wednesday, coincided with the annual observance of National Decoration Day, a day set aside by law for citizens to clean, decorate, and pay homage to those who have passed, accompanied by Ambassador D. Maxwell Kimaya, political leader of the Movement for Economic Empowerment movie, and a cohort of close associates. The former president arrived at the Voca Mission community on Weaver Street and offered prayers and paid tributes. For Weah, the visit was more than a formal ceremony. It was a deeply personal moment to reflect on the matriarchal influence that shaped his journey from the slums of Claratown to the presidency. National Decoration Day, observed every second Wednesday in March, remains one of Liberia's most poignant traditions. From the bustling streets of Monrovia to the quiet corners of the hinterland, the atmosphere was one of collective remembrance. Families across the country gathered at various cemeteries to clean and refurbish burial sites and headstones and decorate graves with fresh paint, wreaths, and flowers. The day serves as a reminder of the contributions made by deceased citizens toward the growth and development of the Liberian state, ensuring that their legacies are not forgotten by the generation that follow. You see, so now I understand why those people want. You don't want your dead loved ones' legacies to be forgotten, especially because they were their lives were cut short due to war. Yeah, so that's the story I have there, where ex-president George Manning he visited his mother's grave. I think he also visited another person's grave. You know, it was in the news. And so, yeah, that happened yesterday. He paid tribute to his late mother at the JCN Howard, as Emmanuel Qualin Davis said. Weaver Street, you know that the American People Street down there, that they named that street the way that street was named. You know, like Emmanuel old community.
I didn't live there, but I went to school there. You know.
You need to read the comment section and see.
Yeah. So
some of the arguments that happen in there, you know, like we leave that one with your own, we talk our own. I mean, everybody here to discuss it. We as Liberians, we're not going to sit and just watch that. You know, things should happen now. Just imagine Liberians, we are peaceful people. Liberians will not wake up and just go to another country on a border and just say they want to disturb them. Just imagine. I mean, you don't expect people to discuss it, and if you are here, you are a Guinean. You're not going to. We'll talk about it. You're not going. You can't be here and say you want to argue with us here.
So the New Dawn newspaper is reporting Senate passes bill to establish labor courts in 4 counties, and you have Liberian Senate March 10, 2026. The Liberian Senate has passed a bill to establish labor courts in Lofa, Grand Cape Mount, Grand Bassa, and Bombing counties. The establishment of these courts marks a significant step toward providing access to justice for both workers and employees. Passed on Tuesday, March 10, 2026, the bill seeks to amend Chapter 23 of the new judiciary law to ensure that labor courts are operational in counties with frequent labor dispute. Okay. This country where you have a concession company in plenty.
You know, somebody was saying maybe that what the Guinean saw, say they particularly just imagine the Burkina B say they will not give chance on the other side. They in the middle, our country Tuesday.
It's small country.
They came and play.
Yeah, country we will also
According to the Senate, the amendment addressed long-standing challenges faced by workers and employees due to the limited number of labor courts nationwide. Lofa County Senator Joseph K. Jala, one of the bill's proponents, emphasized that the legislation will decentralize labor justice, making dispute resolution more accessible beyond the capital. Are the ones the ones that are already existing now in other areas? Are they really looking at those labor cases? Are they finding remedy to the situation? Senator Jala also noted that those specialized courts will provide a faster, more accessible forum for resolving employment-related conflict than general courts. So I hold it there.
I tell you. Yeah, do you have a paper kind? Okay.
I think the president from the Council of Churches spoke yesterday on Front Page Africa.
Okay.
He said Reverend Rees urged Liberian officials to reject corruption, serve nation with integrity. The president of the Liberia Council of Churches, Reverend Samuel Rees, has called on public officials across Liberia to demonstrate integrity and honesty in the discharge of their duties. Urging them to place national interest above personal ambition. Reverend Rees also served as senior pastor of the historic President Baptist Church in Monrovia, made the court on Wednesday, March 11, 2026, when he delivered the sermon during the observance of the 110th National Declaration Day at the church. So the president for the Council of Churches, Sunday Gacy usually talk about this man on Sunday. So I believe once you see our fathers in the land starts to talk about these things, urging our political leaders to at least serve the country, put the country interest first instead of their own personal ambition. I think that it has reached to a point where the religious people then themselves too is coming in to urge the government, because human being as a person, we are corrupt by nature. Yeah. So when the religious people come in, at least talking to them, I believe it will help too as well. It will strengthen the government too as well, I believe.
You know, corruption can be completely eradicated, but it can be minimized.
Yeah, it can be minimized.
If people who are corrupt, if they are found guilty and they are being punished, you know, not just suspended, but what you stole, you return.
and Supreme, it is interesting. This is a story on the front page Africa. It was reported March 10th, but let me just skip through it. It's very interesting. I saw this Fine Kanga resignation to President Baka accepted it. And front page Africa further report on it says Liberia Ombudsman Chief Fine Kanga resigned amid extortion allegations. It has been alleged that he extorted money from his assistant. So, Councillor Kanga, this office.
You're not Jerry, son. You got to return what you took.
Councillor Fine Kanga, chairman of Liberia, is an allegation. No.
Yeah, it's an allegation for now.
Of Liberia Office of the Ombudsman has resigned from his position following a damaging investigative report recommending his dismissal and criminal prosecution for allegedly extorting money from his special assistant. Listen to what he did. Allegedly.
I'm listening.
Councillor Kanga resignation comes after an independent investigative panel concluded that he clandestinely extorted more than $2,000 from his special assistant, Mr. Francis K.D. Cooper, over a 4-month period. In a formal report transmitted to President Joseph Yema Baka on February 12, 2026, the panel described the allegation that the alleged conduct as a gross violation of Liberia's National Code of Conduct. The report was signed by Commissioner Ammonian Martin and Lamin Pago, along with Dr. Aaron Weir of the Ducor Institute for Social and Economic Research. Salary kickbacks scheme alleged. According to the investigative finding, Kanga allegedly demanded 50% of corporate monthly salary, US $5,000 between April and July 2025. Investigators said Cooper was also required to provide US $30 to $35 monthly for Foom's trash card. The panel concluded that over 4 months, Cooper paid approximately US $2,130 to Kanga, either directly or through an intermediary. Investigators said the payment placed significant financial hardship on Cooper and were made under pressure linked to his continuing employment. So it seems to be there was an agreement between them. I mean, we'll do everything, but you know, it can happen in places. So there are some people before they get the judge say, "My man, nothing happen."
Collect some salary.
You have to give me some of the money, at least for, and you desperately want a job, you need it.
Is that a game of first month salary? But then, but you don't tell me the 4 month salary now, you won't be collecting every month.
So this office is supposed to conduct the behavior or the behavior of public officials, and you cannot be doing things contrary to what you preach. So it don't be that the pastor that say, "Do not do what I do."
Yeah, do what I see.
So everybody need to preach, do what they preach.
Yeah.
Imana, do you, when you finish, do you want to show that?
So we're coming to get to the entire thing. Yeah, so we're coming to get to the entire thing. We're coming upload some of the pictures, and then we get to the discussion, lay our thought on it, and then we give you the opportunity. So we are done with the papers. So let's get to this one.
Please, before we leave the papers, still here on Front Page Africa, since it's 10 minutes past 9, I see this story where large numbers of students, from what I see, or maybe just citizens, are expected for today's youth march on the capital against rape and other forms of gender-based violence. Yeah, so there will be a march up to the Capitol Hill.
Yeah, today.
Today. Yeah, against rape and other, abuse, human rights abuses. Young Liberians are marching today to tell lawmakers that sexual and domestic violence can no longer be treated as normal. President George Weah declared a rape national emergency in 2020, but the number of cases is still growing. Protesters said they want proof that government promises lead to real protection and justice. Advocates said the deeper issue is whether the state can show results, more investigations, faster, fairer prosecutions, stronger survivor services, and safer communities. Yeah, they are taking a petition, a proposal to the House of Representatives today, the young ones. They said they want to know, they are the advocates. They are concerned. Even though in 2020, President George Weah declared rape and a state of, he said, is a national emergency, yet the cases keep growing. A lot of wickedness going on, violations, sodomization, and yes, you hear that the person is in jail, but they want to know that if the government is getting deeper into the issue, whether the state can show results, of the cases that they have investigated. Even those survivors, what are the plans for them? Some of them are traumatized. Some of them have lost it. They can't even come out of this trauma anymore. So what are incentives the government has put in place, to help these survivors? How safer are the communities? They are asking. These are the questions they are going to put before the lawmakers, and they are demanding answers.
Yeah.
All right. Are you investigating more? Are you just throwing the papers on, the case on the table or you tell people to take the cases at home, go talk between the people, abuses. The other time kind sent a story in where a child was told to eat her own feces. That child is living with it. What else was being done? The police said, we didn't find enough evidence to send him back home. Is that child still being abused? Are there more investigations going on? Is the security sector following up on what happened before so that it doesn't happen again? So these are cases that I'm sure they are going to be marching up to the Capitol Hill today. And of course, Spoon TV is going to be there to follow on the case, the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I just wanted to say something on that. The aspect of the rape too as well. Liberia, this is all that we have. The young ones are not safe anymore. So we need we need the government. Most especially the march is necessary, because if you enter a community today, people are just being used anyhow. They just molest those children and then leave them with a happy trauma in them, and they don't even know where to start from. So people, the labor who they have something to do with for that football boost issue. Till today, we have not even heard anything concerning that, and many other stories, many other things that have happened. We have not heard anything concerning it, and just like that. And what you heard Sovereign saying that there was a story that I found in. And when they went through that case, the police said there was no serious evidence. So they can't say anything about it. So they have to release the people, let it go home, and they settle it in family way. You see, so there are many things that are going on, many different things that are going on, and the government, the police need to stand their ground now. Yeah, because people have been used, our sisters, they have been taking advantage over, even the boys too as well. They have been taking advantage over. So the police need to work on that seriously.
All right, so we move on. Okay, so let's get this video here, and then we move on.
Now put a flag up.
Right.
We show them that we get a place here, yeah? They play on that Guinea here.
Okay, so there you have it.
Can you imagine
schools
they
of
were there
Liberians.
with all arms?
Yeah, schools of Liberian standing up to the occasion to protect their land. And, I think this is I can say it is the video of the week. And I 100% support them and applaud them for their stand. I
Bravery.
think it is bravery, as you said. It's a very good move. It was done with a sense of civility. They didn't go there with anger. They didn't go there with violence.
They were concerned.
They were
if they were
more
around, I
concerned.
don't know what would have happened.
They were more concerned, and also I like to say kudos to the government for engaging in a diplomatic way.
Later, after the boys, after the citizens have stood up,
instead of engaging in another way that will escalate the entire tension.
We too disciplined. Liberians were
Yeah,
very
you know,
disciplined.
and I've listened to a lot of analysis. I've read a lot on some of folks who have control over such a discussion, because you will have people discussing things the way they feel, but that is not the reality. They don't have control over a certain thing. They don't have much knowledge as relates to a certain thing, and this is strictly those who have diplomatic insights. These are people we listen to when they give their analysis on some of those things, and looking at the way it was handled, in my mind, I think it was the best way, because but the way Liberians say, oh, they should have sent AFL immediately.
AFL should have been at the borders. AFL should have been at the borders. They should have met them there.
It is true to have security personnel at the very borders. But remember, this country, in terms of manpower, we don't have.
How do you know? Manpower. So you're saying that we don't have manpower?
But we don't have manpower.
How do we know? How do we know that we don't have manpower? I will not agree. I will not accept that we don't have manpower. How? That we don't have manpower. When? You and myself will join the army. That's what happens. Of course, we train us. We have manpower. We have manpower. We have manpower.
We don't have.
We don't have manpower. We
don't have sufficient manpower to go to station at the very poorest point of our country.
We do have them. We are just
Then
peaceful people.
why we don't have it?
It has just been that way. It has just been that way. Like, just where they don't have security presence all the time. All of them just part of right here in Monserrado. We just need to decentralize it, let them be spread everywhere. That's it. We do have them. We do have manpower. We have the money. The money is there. The budget is huge. Put the people there. Let them be at the border points. Let the army people be around. Let the police presence be in the towns, the villages, the counties, everywhere. Let them be there at the border points. Let them be there. We have it. We have the manpower. So you don't try it again. Don't come back again. It was just the people you met. This next time you don't know who you will meet. But it's a cool thing, that we have that diplomatic influence in our own way to say, yeah, let handle it diplomatically and civil last way. Yeah, but sometimes we are Africans. Trust me. Nigerians were handling it in a diplomatic way. See how Nigeria is right now. See what is happening in Nigeria now. Because they were being diplomats. Nigeria is a country that you can go and live in manual with all documents. Nobody will ask you any question. But do you think it's going to always be that way now that they are experiencing what they are experiencing? Experiencing the kinds of kidnappings and the killings and the bombings. I mean, come on. Liberia is a small country. Our population is not huge. So we need to be on the alert. There are too many Jews in the land that we might not know about, but others, they know about it. They have studied, they have done a survey. Look at what Burkina Bees are doing in Nimba. They are moving into the forest. You myself don't want to, like I made an example earlier. We don't even want to live in the counties or the villages, but yet these people are coming and moving in the forest, the high forest. They see something there that even ourselves don't see. And we're taking it for a joke. Before you know it, the whole forest is full of Burkina Bees. They take over. We need security presence every part of this country. You leave Monserrado small. That's what you signed up for. If I sign up to be in the army, they say, Lorena, that Bogonjire, you going tomorrow, I'm packing my things and moving to Bogonjire. Yes, the American soldiers, when you think they will not want to be home with their families, they can be home today, tomorrow. They tell and say it's time for you to go into another country or to one border point. You're going. You're moving. So we do have the manpower.
All right, so let me come in.
Come in, please.
All right. When Steve Zago took over as the head of the General Commissioner of the Liberia Immigration Service, what he said, we have 176 border points in Liberia. About 130 are vulnerable. 130 of them are vulnerable, and only 46 are properly secure. Only 46. What's the result of that?
They were secure enough.
So, I'm coming in. What is the result of that? You cannot say you have a manpower and you don't have logistics for them. You don't have it. Do you think the current strength of our military now and those certifications that they need to have do you think we have it?
They will have to get it now.
No, they will have now. You think they will have, but I'm telling you that
to protect your
now
country,
as we speak, and now as we speak, you cannot.
You myself don't have proof that they don't have it. We don't have proof that they don't have it.
Why we don't have security at those points? If they were available. If they had all of the necessary
logistics. Why is it that we're having election and you have so much security in the county? Why can be?
So why?
Because they are cluster in Monserrado. That's the thing.
They are not just
There are too many in Monserrado. They are sitting at a barracks doing nothing. They need to get to the border points.
The issue here is we need to amend the strength of our security.
We will.
We need to amend the strength of our security. Give them the needed support, and then we have the. How do you think the Burkina Bees in Liberia? If those places were secure, they were going to be entering.
If somebody was sleeping,
no.
If someone was
going to be there, I believe that they're not going to pack
and all of that.
Liberians take things too lightly. We take things too lightly, and a lot of people just intruding and invading and coming into our country. Now we have to get people out there. We have to get the security.
We will have to until we do. The fact remains that you cannot just get the fact. That is the reality. That remains saying it. I'm just saying about even Even those top security individuals. I just reference you to Steve Zago.
That's Steve Zago on his door.
He tell us at that he didn't come from the blue sky and say.
Okay.
He said all of the information that was given to him. So this is just the reality. It is good to have security at those points, but do we have them now? Are they in the position in terms of
when you talk about Lofa County correspondent, what did he say?
He said security was just going on the place.
Oh, so where did the security come from?
Because there is an issue there.
Exactly. So now, like, people sleeping. People sleeping on the job.
Everybody just want to be in Monrovia.
The amount that we have,
that's spreading. That's what
so you expect a security man to go at those points without getting the needed support he needs.
But he will have to get it. Yeah, are you saying that the AFL is not?
Are you taking into consideration that budget as well to have all of those things needed?
We know that there is a budget. The AFL has a budget.
So now it's about time that the country prioritize those things.
The other people who are fielding what you read, the other people who are there to the Vera area that are filled already. How do you think that they have been survived? How do you think they are surviving there?
Except you tell me.
Because meaning they are provide those things that they need, they have been provided. It's just because for me, I believe that the people don't want to leave. Everybody just want to be in Monrovia.
They want to be in Monserrato.
Everybody just want to stay there behind the scenes.
They are going back on men.
I know.
They are going back on men.
The command will change now.
I don't think everybody just want to be a security people go back on men. If they are command, if they have a command to do anything, they will do it. But those bosses, they already know the situation, the prevailing situation. You cannot send somebody way in Bogojire with nothing. With swinging hands. Go sleep in the mosquito. Then you say you going to protect poorest bullet points. Are you taking into consideration that budget as well? Are you taking into consideration that benefit those logistics they need to go to those places? Are you taking into consideration?
It will be provided. It will be provided. I just believe when the man is available, those things will be provided.
The men are available.
When he available,
the thing is, the budget is there, and you have to put the hand in the budget and make sure the money that was allocated will have to spread and they will send people to the border points. That is just it. They're not going to give excuses, and I'm not going to sit on this radio and give excuses for them. In Plibo, Maryland County Police in Plibo District are conducting inspections at various cemeteries across the district to identify individuals selling alcohol. So, yesterday we had this decoration day. For me, that's what my attention has been drawn to. Why should we celebrate the dead? All right. And then at the same time, our police is even going. Emmanuel talked to our Nimba County correspondent. He said that Grand Bassa County correspondent, and he said the police are passing around inspecting people, who are drinking alcohol while celebrating. I think the thing is, people are not like going to, remember the dead anymore. Most of them, people just go to jolly. They're Liberians for you. So in Maryland County yesterday, the police went and they were conducting inspections at various cemeteries. So we have police all the way in Plibo there too, police presence there to conduct inspection on cemeteries across the district to identify individuals selling alcoholic beverages during the observance of Decoration Day. One thing I know is that the police will not stop you from drinking. You're not a child to say they will, restrict you. But it is because of the way our people started taking this Decoration Day celebration and the too many deaths that happened. Accidents. In fact, I heard that somebody even got drowned yesterday. Now, somebody was saying yesterday, why is it that every time Decoration Day comes, it also carries people, this holiday. For the last 3 to 4 years, every time there is a Decoration Day holiday, you will hear 2 persons, 3 persons died, either in accident. Yesterday, I heard of a drowning. It hasn't been confirmed, okay? But this day, I'm asking you guys, is it a good thing to celebrate Decoration Day? Let me tell you the reason why I brought this question. When I lived in Ghana, I saw cemeteries. But at the cemeteries, they have securities. They are there. And they have those who work at the cemeteries to clean the graveyards. So graveyards are clean every day because people are working there and it is their job to keep the graveyards clean so they can get paid. At the same time, the security is there. So if you come in, you see the security there, you can pass, go in, somebody just want to go sit with the or at the grave of the dead loved one and maybe put down a flower, drink a glass of wine, just have a conversation. If that's what gave them peace, you understand, they can't be restricted, but the security system is set. They are there, and at the same time, there are people who work and clean the graveyards. I didn't hear of any holiday to say it's a particular day to go and decorate the dead. I don't know, but in Liberia it happens. For me, I'm hoping that this holiday should be removed, and we should have people sitting there. Now the government going to be employed, and these people, even though, don't forget, it also have private cemeteries. Okay, and I know that these people who have these private cemeteries, they have people there cleaning it up, and they have securities there. So all of those other government cemeteries, they should also have securities there and people to clean it up so that the grave sites can always be clean. It can't be a dump site that people have to wait for a particular day in a year for a lot of businesses to be shut down, schools shut down, just for people to go and celebrate or go and have fun and pleasure and get crazy in the name of they are going to decorate graves. So I bring it to you guys. What do you think?
For me, I think it's necessary on my end that we celebrate
the dead.
Because like what we just said, I met a minute ago where there are people who were killed. There are people who, quote unquote, their parents, let's say you a child of a single mother, and everything that woman do for, she did it for you, and at the end somehow she lost her life. So I feel that day is a day being set aside that you remember those things. Go back.
What about her birthday? Her death date?
Yeah, that's why on decoration day there are times you work, and maybe throughout you working throughout the week, or maybe throughout and stuff like that. Although you have time, you pause in between. I need to retrospect on her, but I feel that day should be a particular day being set aside to celebrate the dead, to go to remember these things that those times you guys share together. I think it's important. But what make it wrong is with the way in which we celebrate it. That is the reason that I have that's where I have problem with. The reason for which the way in which we celebrate that day. Mm-hmm. That day is being set aside to remember the people who, quote unquote, your best people, or people who suffer for you, your loved ones, and like that. But we go extra mile. We take that day like a birthday. There's people who take that day as their birthday. That is the time that they drink all of the best liquor they feel they can drink.
A holiday.
You see?
It's a holiday, and people do celebrate on holidays.
Yeah, but Spring, it's a holiday, but that holiday is for a particular thing.
But you can't tell them how to celebrate the day. especially due to the way how they must have lost their loved ones. So you agree that yes, it's a day that should be set aside. People should be able to go there to celebrate the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now the people going out to celebrate the day, and you say no, they're not supposed to be drinking, they're not supposed to be partying.
No, the way in which they when you're looking at that decoration day, comparing to, I think we on February we're talking about Valentine's Day too as well. The way in which that day was set aside for a particular thing, the way in which we celebrate it. But the way people go ordinarily to celebrate that day, they have to drink the best of liquor at the time. Someone was even asking me, today Valentine, what my decoration?
What my decoration day? You gotta be kidding me.
So I was asking the president, and the question I asked them, I said, are you a dead body? Because I think for me, I think that dead body should be celebrated today. So the way people celebrate that,
dead, bury that dead.
So the way in which people celebrate that day, that's what I have problem with. You see, but I feel that it is important that we go. A day should be set aside that we should go to retrospect on our parents, go back to our people, our family, our loved ones who have died, at least to at least think on them again. Go back to that place, carry flower wreaths, and lay on them, appreciate them for the time they were living, and things like that. And there are people there who were on the street. My mother was saying something yesterday. She said there was a guy who was on the street. He spent all of his life there. He murdered crying behind him, and he died. So they want to lay her to rest. So he never had the time to he was not even there the day they lay him out to rest. But because the grave is there, so
But
when
the
he,
grave will always be there. I
Yeah.
mean, besides what we just discussed about, Liberians that were killed during the war have grave sites. And you understand?
Yeah.
But the fact that nobody said he shouldn't be around for his mother death.
Yeah.
Okay. So if at the end of the day she has a grave, he can always visit the grave site.
Yeah.
All right. But you have your opinion, I have my opinion. They always say talk your own, talk my
Yeah.
own. Me as a Christian, I don't want to celebrate the dead.
Yeah, so
I think if the dead is dead, it's dead. And Jesus, the only time he went to graveside was to call Lazarus off. So he didn't even go to grave to do anything. He went there to bring Lazarus out. And even his own grave, when the females went there, the stone was rolled and there was no dead body there. So it's clear from my own faith that we shouldn't be doing this grave thing. That the fact that somebody passed and you went to the funeral, they had a funeral service and they buried them, you as their loved one, and if the government should have people working at the grave site, then there are people that will be employed right there, you understand? And then they are there cleaning the grave sites and there are securities there. People can walk to, anytime you can walk to that person's grave, drop flowers. You see it in big developed countries, only Liberia, you understand. People go they have someone, they even go to the cemeteries, they carry chairs and they put up the canopies and just have a little celebration for the dead loved ones. The securities are there, you understand, they do that. They don't have a particular holiday where the whole country gets shut down because they have to celebrate the death. But we met it there. We don't know if it's going to remain there. We have been asking for, some of the what is written in our constitution and to be amended. So hopefully they can look into that one. But if it is a good thing and Liberians say it should be that way, they like that a holiday, then it's a good thing. But yeah, yesterday we saw that a lot of grave sites were cleaned up. Emmanuel, do you have something you want to say on it?
So my view on the issue of observing the declaration there, I think it is good to have such a day aside to have a reflection, a sober reflection on the lives of those that contributed a lot, not only to you as an individual, but to the country at large. Because you have former presidents. That's why they have been called to have a day set aside for all of the celebrating all of the president's birthday, or day set aside. So a level
as the holiday.
Yeah, a level of you now to celebrate the president of your choice. So instead of doing back to the declaration there, I think it is good enough to have a day set aside because their memories, their legacy lives on. In so doing, you need to have a sober reflection of their past lives, some of those things they did and their contribution. So I think it is a very good thing to have a day set aside for such.
If only the day will come before you remember or have sober reflection on it, then the loved ones, people that lost their loved ones, I don't know how much they love them. But before we leave, I see our president, the president of the Press Union of Liberia, seated there with a piece of paper in his hand, and he looks like he's into serious discussion. I know we are about to take calls, so let me just bring a short paragraph of this story. It says the Press Union of Liberia, PUL, has raised concerns over a proposed legislative amendment that could alter the Abdullahi Kamara KAK Act of Press Freedom. And this story was written by Selma Lomax. Still on the front page, Africa. The union expressed its position during a public hearing held Monday at the Capitol building, where PUL President Julius Kanaba cautioned members of the House of Representatives that modifying the landmark law could reverse significant democratic process achieved in Liberia since the repeal of several criminal provisions that once restricted free speech. Addressing a hearing, Kanaba said the PUL views the proposed Gender-Based Online Abuse and Harassment Act as legislation that could undermine the principles that guided the creation of the KAK Act. He explained that the law was enacted to remove long-standing criminal statutes that had historically been used to silence journalists and intimidate critics of government. The KAK Act eliminated criminal penalties related to offenses such as criminal libel against the president, sedition, and criminal malevolence. According to the PUL president, these provisions had for decades been widely criticized for discouraging open debate and limiting the ability of citizens and members of the media to hold public officials accountable. I'll stop there.
All right, so at this point, we have 20 minutes to our time. We have to take calls now. We have to take calls. We touch on lots of issues. You can plug forth your calls. We touch on the issue of Liberian Guinean border. We touch on the issue of the Burkina
Decoration
Bees
Day,
and
yeah.
Decoration Day, and lots of things we touch on. So you can now plug for your call 0777 771075, 0555 These are the numbers to call 0777 771075, 0555
We
These
also
are the number to call.
We also want to say we appreciate all of those in the comment section. You watching us via Spoon TV.
Let's
You
pick
know,
this
you are
call.
there. We appreciate you. We recognize you.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
That's nice.
Morning.
Yes, go on. What's your name and where do you call from?
My name is Emmanuel Joe. I'm calling from Pauma.
Go on, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I want to condemn a statement from the lady saying that we should not celebrate the dead. I think she don't have a loved one that she has made before.
That's true.
Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
Make
we
a
are.
point.
Yeah. So there are so many reasons we celebrate those people. Number one, for love. Number two, the respect. And, you know, the care they show for us.
Okay.
So the day should stand always. We should go to the graveside and clean those people that will love their grave and celebrate them for what they did for us. And in remembrance of what they did.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Another call 0777 771075, 0555 101075. Good morning. Okay, I lost on this caller 0777 771075, 0555 101075. These are the numbers to call and make your point on the show. 0777 771075, 0555 101075. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, you live. What's your name and where you call from?
I'm Mr. Bob, speaking from district number 9.
Go on.
I'm Shadi.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, let me start talking about the kind of high tension line that the youth factory in Foya.
Okay.
Had it not be the youth today, Liberia could be facing problems different.
Okay.
We have been left this country vulnerable.
Oh, lost on you. I didn't cut you off. You went off. Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You live. What's your name and where you call from?
My name is Danielle Tenslayer and I call from Central Monrovia.
Kind of make your point.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the topic and discussion. I would like to first of all touch on the Guinea issue.
Okay.
You see, after the war, when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took over, we're looking at reconstruction of the country. And during that process, our expectation, even though some of us were very young, were still in college and first degree, but we're opting that in the reconstruction of the country, most of the bases around, because we have a very huge base of military in Harper, Maryland County, where I'm from. And till now, that place has been left alone. Maserati is not Liberia.
Thank you.
Most of the government after the war have centralized everything. Thank God for the decentralization act, for local government in the other counties. But I think we can become intentional and deliberate. And to the House of Legislature, I think it's also vital for them to become very intentional. And some of the salaries they make, reduce that thing and say, this is our country. Let's put our foot down and ensure that, we rebuild our nation by doing this, ensuring that we have military in all of the counties. We should have military in all of the counties. When you come right to the intersection of Congo Town, you know, right to the ministerial complex. You see the police are all there. Sometimes they are 13, they are 15 with arms and things. They should not, nothing is happening over there. Nothing is happening over there. They should not be over there. They should be at different border entries. Cape Mount and Lunga, almost 13 borders. You can just skip from Sierra Leone, you're in Liberia. You skip from Guinea, you're in Liberia. You know, it's just the hand mark of God that is on this nation.
Okay. Thank you.
And thanks to the president also for, you know, the emergency meeting and other things that he's doing. But I think every Liberian is about time for us to become very intentional of what we want in our country and to secure the spaces so that these people cannot come and just think they can override us and do anything they want to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your point. Let's take another call on the line. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You're live. What's your name and where you call from?
My name is Victor Smith Jr. I've been calling you for Junction.
Go on, Victor.
Okay, let me just say bravo to that lady that is studio of y'all. You know, the people have already talked Operation Day. It is not bad to celebrate the dead, but that should not be a special holiday that people will shut their business day, shut school down just to go celebrate the dead. And we're doing that. Also, was saying that the government cemetery, if they can employ some people that are cleaning every time, and people that take, or at the end of the year, if you want to visit that place, you go to see the place. But it should not be a special holiday. What you're saying, I think that makes sense too. That should not be a special holiday. That's just to go celebrate the dead. And after that day, some people will take that day to drink liquor, to drink alcohol, and, you know, they try to misbehave. What she was saying that the other day, on yesterday, some people died in the process. That will not be good. If you don't take that day to be a special holiday in the country, in some country they don't do it.
Plenty of countries they don't do it. In fact, all countries besides Liberia.
And my attention has been drawn to the Burkina Bees in Nimba County. I think people, our folks are not ready to prepare for that, right? Because you see one man in the House of Representatives give the man 45,000 United States every month, and you take our armed force of Liberia, give the man 500 United States that month. So what do you think the man will do? And that is all of them, they are wasting here in Monserrato. They're not in the counties. They're just here in Monserrato. They're wasting here. Monserrato is not just Liberia.
Thank you. You make your point.
Thank you, my brother.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You're live. What's your name and where you call from?
Okay, I'm Patrick Destiny Kadi II. I'm calling from Concord Town 540.
Go on, make your point.
Okay, thank you ever so much for the discussion. We're talking on a discussion this morning where I scratch on the incident between Liberia and Guinea. But I want to contribute to what you are saying. Now, you see, for our armed forces of Liberia now, we are not even equal to the Guinea army now. And I wanted to make our recommendation because you notice that we are on serious stress. That there are people, young folks want to be part of the military. But now, the regular criteria is draining people down. Imagine why it's stressing people that go to join the army to tell you, bring WAC certificate. Well, majority of those people are not passing WAC. How will you bring WAC certificate? The Guinea army now over 65,000 since 2018. So if you reach 15, people know, and the army of Guinea, even the military as a whole, they got its own way of teaching. Okay. They got different disciplines within the army. So you are only 2,000. So how will you deploy those voters?
2,000.
How will you deploy those voters? And we also contributed on the issue of rape, right? Just to make a point on the rape issue, it is a fine thing. Our girls have been marginalized, people taking disadvantage over them. But now in so doing, we should also look at this other part of it too. Our girls at this stage now, 13, 14, 15 years, you see that dress code getting to the street. So seduce men. When you go on the grab beaches and you see our girls students who's supposed to be home studying, you see the wearing on them. You feel very bad.
Thank you. Thank you for your point. Let's talk to another caller. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You were live, and what's your name and where you call from? We'll take 3 calls and then we'll wrap up.
Well, I'm Musali, taking a call from 72nd.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, my issue has to do with our border issue.
Okay.
You know, our neighboring countries, they always take advantage on our citizens, and then they are carrying it beyond by tampering with our flag. Well, I can remember somebody last year because I do out of town transport, out of country transport. So at the logo at Bola, the apparent soldier, they say, because under their flag, they can put the rag ring. So one of our DA officers mistakenly stepped in the ring. They made a guy to hold grass. Yeah, so in the same week, a group of apparent came from Africa. They came, they stood right under our flag. They were taking a photo right before our officer. So some of those things, when the people don't put, they are so outlaw. So when you live from here, even as a neighboring citizen, if you live from, you go into poor country, you know how they can take advantage of us there. So when they come in Liberia, they be peaceful with us, with them peaceful with them, and then they always go by taking advantage on our citizens on our side. So actually, our security need to stand strong in this gap to make sure that we enough security at a very bullet point. This thing last year in Nimba, and they be on a pregnant woman over there, and they didn't survive.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right, you made your point. Let's take this last call, and then we will have to move on. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yes, yes. You're live. You are our last caller. What's your name and where you call from?
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Samuel Bien, and I'm phoning in from Congo Town, Bagro.
Go on, Samuel.
Yeah, so I love to weigh in on your topic pertaining the FOIA sort of the border issue.
Okay.
So right, I'm from Yela, a bordering land to Guinea.
Okay.
And this is something that I was small and start seeing it. We used to go like for the Yela public school, they would send us to go get sand from our own river that had the boundary between us and Guinea in a particular place. But then the Guinean soldier will come and collect all of our instructors and carry them to the Guinea border and chain them there. So now it will take weeks before they free them. So they're going on. As we speak now, their flare is right. They cross the water and came right to our checkpoint in our own town and planted there and erected their flare pole there and hosted their flare there. So all that issue government got to deal with in our Lofa there. Just like, the lady on the show was saying we are peaceful, that's all, but I think it can escalate problem, and the people should know that we are all neighbors. And what they're doing now, the provocation too much, because as a Lofian will not sit down there, the people come and intrude on our land and take what belongs to us in a kind of a manner. We are neighbors, we can sit down, we talk, you want to come make business on this side, we can talk. But if you do it that way down there, that's far out of their territory, but they should know, Liberians, when we hold together, we're going to defeat it.
Okay.
Thank you for the show.
Okay. We don't want to go that route. All right. Thank you. So that's how we will wrap up. Before going, just to zero in on our topic, Khan, you can just go through. Then I will just close up.
Yeah. So we have to hold together one as a nation, and the issue concerning the various bullets. I think that the government, the police, I heard that they are already on ground. They have to work as fast as possible because in as much that Liberians are peaceful, I believe there are times disadvantages when you go to an extent where people can no longer hold their peace anymore. It will become a problem, and that which we pray that it shouldn't go that far. So I hope that the government will work thoroughly and with the police to ensure that everything is being put under control. And after this thing, because I was told that this is not the first time, that after this particular one, that they should go and do the actual surveying and know where the border is, the plant that flag, and let everything be clear so that in the long run we will not encounter this problem again. And also the march today, I hope that the House of Legislators will listen to the youth out there today as they go on with their march. But from my end, I want to say once again, thanks for the time, and let us hold together as Liberians, and God will help us as we move towards let's see, as we go further in engaging with other issues too as well.
Okay, so that's it. So just to zero in on this entire thing, we want to say kudos to the government for such a move. Yes, diplomacy is very important. Those diplomatic things that were taken, we like to say kudos, and we hope that it resolve the issue. But on a very serious note, that has to do with our poorest point. Just go and do your own research and know exactly what the issues are. We need to amend our national security. That's one. Equipment and technologies are needed. We need to prioritize our security. That will help a lot. That will help a lot. Now we are having issue of Burkina Bees continuously entering our country, continuously entering through porous points that are not protected, and we are also struggling with the issue of illicit substances come from other countries. So these are pressing issues that need to be addressed, and they cannot be addressed without the presence of a strong security system. Take it or leave it. You don't want to hear it, but that's the real fact. I'm not the one sitting here and saying those things. I'm speaking for an informed background, and those people who made those statements, they spoke from those information that were given to them. And let me just end up on this. We need to actually prioritize our security, because we just need to, period. I would like to end up on that. I would certainly like to end up on that. We need to prioritize our security. I would just like to end up on that. So thanks so kindly for joining us. We wrap up onto this edition of the show. We'll be back here on tomorrow with another edition of the show. And thanks to those of you who played the game and won for yourself cash, even though we were unable to have a conversation with you on the show because of time. We say thank you. And keep playing. The system is still on. It's running. We are still giving cash out to people as we go on up to 3 o'clock today. So keep playing. On behalf of me and the team, we'd like to say thanks so kindly for being there. We'll be here tomorrow for another great edition of the show. Bye-bye. Thanks so kindly for watching. Thanks so kindly for listening.